Hey, Clariphile, saying Clariphile, I have a question for you. It's kind of a personal question. You have water problems? No, I don't mean the kind of depends kind of water problems. I mean water problems in playing the clarinet. Have you ever started a concert and all of a sudden it's like you're playing underwater? You got tone holes gurgling all over the place. It sure happened to me, and I think most clarinet players this probably happened to. Well, we're going to work on this in this video. Maybe I can offer a few solutions for you that'll solve it so I don't say it never happen again, but so it very seldom, if ever, happens. You can go out, play a concert, have a good time, and then go on living as normal. Or as normally as clarinet players can live. No, okay. Don't think I'm practicing social distancing like I don't like you or anything. This is not why I'm back here. But I will say I'm pretty good at social distancing. When they announced this, I thought, oh, no problem. I've been doing this for years on people I don't like, and I'm pretty good at it. So there it is. Now I'm back here so I can show you how not to hold a clarinet. One of the ways not to hold the clarinet that I've seen so many kids in bands, they're sitting there waiting to play the concert or whatever, and they've got their clarinets like this, flat in their lap. And they're all sitting there like that. Obviously, they've all been instructed to hold their clarinets like that, to look nice and uniform and everything for the judges or whoever's there at the contest. Well, you know the problem with this. It visually may look right, but it's not going to sound right when you pick up the clarinet and you play your first throat A and you get nothing but gurgles, because all the moisture that you have in the bore is basically, gathered right there at the bottom and is poured right down into the throat A key. So that's kind of a no-no. Don't hold the clarinet like that. Now, another way not to hold the clarinet is to hold it like this, and that is with the A flat key out. Why? Well, the reasons should be obvious here. Like almost all the keys of the clarinet are on this side. So again, gravity rules, and so gravity is going to be pulled down to that side. It's more than likely going to fill maybe the A flat key, but certainly the second trill key from the bottom, your F sharp, thumb plus two bottom side keys, your side key E flat, a very notorious tone hole, especially on buffet clarinets. Now, my clarinets are offset trill keys, so they sit higher radially on the bore. So they're not, they're more or less, they're less likely to be in the water line. But offset trill keys like buffets, they're set lower radially on the bore, and so again, they're more in line. And offset trill keys, Yamahas and most other clarinets, they're pretty much more or less in line. If you're holding the clarinet like this, water is going to pour down into that. And then, of course, as common to all clarinets, the C sharp key is going to get some water. And I've even gotten some water in the chromatic F sharp, B natural F sharp. So those are bad ways to hold the clarinet. Not really cool. And so I recommend that you find some other way to hold the clarinet. Now, the logical way to hold the clarinet, also don't hold the clarinet like this. Don't let it tip forward, because again, it's going to run down in the throat A key, and you're going to be gurgling, before you know it. So those are those are some ways not to hold a clarinet. And the best way to hold the clarinet is to hold it like this. Is to hold it with the side trill keys up and the clarinet at this angle. Now that's really the best way to do it. And the reason, it's not perfect, but the reason is over here, there's only one tone hole. And that's a tone hole that we're going to take care of with our primary method. Now, there is one more method that will help you, and that is you have to be a little thoughtful about this. You can run some saliva. It's not very appealing, is it? You can run some saliva. I'm going to put my mouthpiece thing over here and right down the bore, you know, spit right down the bore. That's right. I know it's unsanitary, okay? And guide the trail of saliva, or you could put water there too, little drops of water, and guide that trail right down the bore of the clarinet. You have to, you know, hold it before a light source and make sure that trail of water avoids all the tone holes. If you're lucky, what will happen is the moisture from your breath will, you know, gather there where that trail has been forged by you purposely, and then all that moisture will run down, avoiding all the tone holes, and be harmless in terms of, you know, disturbing or harming your performance. Very disturbing to open a tone hole and have it not speak, and then once it speaks, it goes gurgle, 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 gurgle. So that's not good. So those are some different ways that you can avoid getting your tone holes full of water. Now we're going to talk about one more way that some of you may like. It's coming up. So you may ask, what is this mysterious method that you recommend that you haven't mentioned yet? Well, it has to do with this little guy right here. Now, I bought a bunch of these from Amazon. Where does anybody buy anything anymore? And these are really pretty terrific. I think this actually has been shortened some. In fact, yeah, I did shorten it. The full ones are a little bit longer. I've got like 1 million of them back there. And anyway, the important thing with this guy right here is that you combine it with this guy right here. Now, what I've got in this, and also what I've got in this, is some Ultimax. Now, what is Ultimax? Ultimax is a lubricant that we sell. We sell it in actually 2 forms. Let's see, I think I have the other one. Anyway, one of them is for your corks. And the other one, the other is a key lubricant used for keys and slides and stuff like that. And it's more viscous. And so I like to use it. And basically what you do is you take your cotton swab and you go down here and you dip it in there and you get some of the lubricant, and then you find a nice light source, find your really mainly offending tone holes, and go in with your swab and swab some lubricant on the mouthpiece side of the tone hole. And what's going to happen is, basically, I'll use a little drawing, you can see what I mean, is the lubricant is going to shield the tone hole from any moisture that runs down there, and it's going to run around it, going to circle around it, and then go down harmlessly into the bottom of the bore. So that's the best way to do it. Now, what are these offending tone holes? Well, I think you have obviously the usual suspects: the F-sharp key, F-sharp trill, side trill, E-flat, B-flat side trill, C-sharp, G-sharp trill key, not a trill key, but, and then You could also, I mean, put some here in this chromatic B flat, E flat key, because I've had water run in it before. And I hate to say it, but I've even had water run out. I'm a pretty wet player. I really put a lot of moisture down the bore. The chromatic F sharp, let's see, where is that puppy? Right there. That chromatic F sharp, I usually put a little bit of lubricant in it. And you don't need much, just dip a little bit. And, you know, you could use probably olive oil or maybe almond oil, sweet almond oil, or any number of things if you're worried. It's not going to harm your clarinet. I promise you it won't. But what it will do is it'll save you from the embarrassment of opening a tone hole to play that beautiful opening solo, first note, and nothing comes out but gurgles, about a beat and a half late. So this is a really great method. You can buy these. I guess you can buy them most anywhere, but I just happened to get mine at Amazon because I knew they would have a plenitude of them, and they do. You have all kinds of choices. But that's really my favorite method, and it's the method I've used. It's tried and tested for me. I get a lot of water even when I practice. So I'm practicing the clarinet, and it's I'm getting gurgles, and you know, the clarinet's hard enough to play without all this stuff. So so even when I practice, I put some of this lubricant on. If you want to use the Ultimax, it's really great. It'll last a long, long time for you, and you can use it, you know, at your discretion for important concerts or performances or rehearsals, whatever. But the beauty of the Ultimax is that it's non-toxic, and it's inert. It will not mix with the wood. It won't mix with, when you put it on cork, it doesn't soak into the cork. And it won't deteriorate any materials, and it's also food safe in case you know, drop a little stevia in it or Splenda or whatever, and there you go. If you get hungry before a concert, nothing like a little Splenda and Ultimax. So anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And these are methods that I use, and I'd like to ask you, what are the methods that you use to prevent water from flowing into your tone holes, ruining your performances, ruining your rehearsals, ruining your concerts, and ruining your practice? Inquiring minds want to know. So if you know something, let us know it down below. And give us a like if you like this. And if you really emphatically don't like this, then punch that dislike button twice. Yeah, get your revenge. And visit us on our website. We've got a whole bunch of stuff, good products, including Ultimax. We don't sell many products that we don't make. This is one of them because it's really, really so great that it's the best cork lube I've ever used in my life. And believe me, when you're assembling clarinets, testing clarinets, and selling clarinets like we do, and I test them all, I hand finish them all, I use a lot of cork lube. Okay, so that's it. Again, it's my story. I'm sticking to it. Stick to yours, okay? They'll never take you alive. See you next time.